Tekken 6, the latest in the Tekken series. I have been a fan of the series since Tekken 2. I mean, between Tekken 2 and Ridge Racer, those are the main games that actually got me to buy the original PlayStation all those years ago. I mean, Tekken 2's graphics at the time were fucking groundbreaking. I mean, it was a 3D fighting game with textures, dear lord! And it also didn't play like ass either. Tekken 4 kind of killed the momentum of the series in my opinion. Tekken 5 did make some advances and did get some goodwill back into the series again. But it would really be this game that would either make or break Namco's fortunes in the 3D fighting game arena. Judging by the game's popularity in the arcade and playing the game online, I'd say this game's done a pretty good job. With that said though, has Tekken 6 done enough to topple the giants of the genre at the moment, like BlazBlue or Street Fighter 4? Hell, does this game even surpass its old rival Virtua Fighter 5? As you can see, there's a ton of characters in this game, 40 in fact. A lot of these guys are old faces to be honest, but there's quite a few new faces in there too. Some are good, some are not so good. One thing I do like about the series, I think from Tekken 5 onwards they started making sure that no two characters played too similarly to each other, because that was a big problem with the Tekken series. Like your Jack's going to play different to your Kuma, or your Law's going to play different to your Lee, and stuff like that. One new feature in Tekken 6 though is the costume editor, of course. This allows you to change the costume of your character. It's quite customizable, not as customizable as say some wrestling games like SmackDown or anything, but still allows for a lot of customization. There's certain clothes that you can only get via the game's story mode, which I'll go into later. In fact, I'm going to dedicate a whole video to, and you can also buy the clothes with fight money, which you win from basically beating opponents in like arcade mode, versus mode, online mode, stuff like that. Warning, the following footage is based on opinions that I have formed while playing as the new characters in Tekken 6. If these opinions do not align with yours, then don't cry about it please. The first two characters we'll be looking at is Lars and Alicia. These are the two main characters from story mode, and I don't like them. They're boring. Namco Bandai basically decided to take the really easy route when designing two new characters. Oh, let's have a long lost Mishima come back into the fucking family, and oh yes, you know, what's hot in anime? Oh yes, young moe-esque style girls that are actually secretly robots and have jetpacks and shit coming out of them. I mean, really? Don't get me wrong, they're pretty good characters to fight as, but like, you know, even then, like, I find their fight styles quite boring when compared to, say, people like Bob. Bob is an excellent character. He breaks a lot of the stereotypes. He's a big fat guy, but he's also incredibly quick and nimble. I actually like playing as Bob. Out of all the new characters, he's probably one of the few characters I've actually decided to pick up and try to learn because he's that interesting. Plus, running around as a fat green Power Ranger is always worth a bit of a chuckle. The next character I'm looking at is Miguel. Clearly he's Spanish because of his name and the fact that he's wearing a matador outfit. He's kind of like a crazy drunk guy. His girlfriend got killed in a bombing raid initiated by one of the Mishimas. He's actually a pretty interesting character. I don't like to play with him as such. I've not really taken the time to learn how to play as him, but every time I picked him in a random battle, I've enjoyed playing as him. And he doesn't seem too annoying as an actual character design. The other character that I'm fighting against, Leo, is actually pretty good. There's a bit of debate going on if it's actually a boy or a girl. Obviously Namco did that because of the whole Bridget for Guilty Gear thing. Obviously there's a lot of discussion about it on the forums, and that was the reason why they did that. His fighting style is pretty cool too. I don't mind actually playing as him, although I'm not going to take the time to master him. Zafina is the character I'm playing as now. She's kind of like a crazy Egyptian lady, and she's actually, I really like playing as her even though she's pretty low tier. She can't really juggle all that well, but she has got that kind of Volder effect, and in my opinion she's a pretty cool character design. Now let's address the spicy topic of fighting game bosses. Normally they're pretty cheap, and in this game, well, they seem to be rather hit and miss on the cheapness scale. Now, this one, Nancy, she's actually a bonus boss, which means you don't actually have to beat her, but you get an achievement or a trophy, depending on which console you own, for beating her. She has set patterns and stuff, but she can also be incredibly unfair in places too. I can almost always beat her. In this occasion, I don't know. And the main reason for this is you actually have to kind of react to what she's doing. She's a lot bigger than you, and basically if you fuck around by just keep trying to string up combos together, she's basically just going to break your combo by spinning around with miniguns blazing or something. Yeah, she can be a bit of a cunt, especially if you're new to the series, but you know, basically the main gist of this boss is don't attack while she's attacking. The next up is a hyper-powered Jin. There's a gameplay mechanic in this game called Rage. If you get below a certain amount of health, your attacks do a lot more damage. Well, basically, Jin gets that from the get-go. He's not too difficult, but then again, you know, it's just Jin. What can I say? Right then, this is the big bad guy, Azrael. He's basically trying to destroy the world or something. You know how it goes, it's a fighting game. He's really easy. Guys, this guy isn't as cheap as Seth. Nowhere near as cheap as Seth. Don't even try to debate the fact that he's cheap as Seth. All you have to do is keep spamming light attacks when you're right up in his grill. That's all you need to do. And occasionally block when he does shit like that. Because obviously he's a big boss, so you know, he's gonna have certain defenses against the weaker attacks, so to speak. Oh, and did I forget to mention neither him or Nancy are playable. So yeah, he's actually not a bad boss. He's a quite nice looking boss actually, but I don't know, he's a lot better than Seth. I felt Seth was a bit uninspired. At least this guy's kind of got a theme going with him and stuff, like he's a evil Egyptian demigod trying to destroy the world. One thing that really grabs my goat about this, why the fuck did I just say that? Anyway, the one thing that really annoys me about this game is, right, you beat arcade mode, you expect an ending, right? Wrong! Sorry, you know, that's reserved for the shitty story mode arena mode, which is basically a really shortened down arcade mode where you only fight 4 fights. What's the point of putting arcade mode in if you're not going to get a proper fucking ending? I don't get it.